Spendings. First time shop reset monthly battle pass. I will swipe for collab if I don't get the desired copies from my saved pools. Which is, how do you know you need Rin dupes? How do you know you need Gilgamesh dupes? How would you know, bro? A challenge for chat. Wait, we have a challenge for chat, guys. Before checking everything else, please go to data bank, then correctors. Have chat guess rather this account this brick how many cycles and points that I took to clear endgame with the information above. You mean below? Because this is below. People in VIP chat or people who remember my account, please do not participate. Check everything else after this. They guess close or right equals 10 subs. Oh, chat, I was supposed to hide this, guys. Okay, so we are supposed to hide I mean, hey, that's just bad screenshot, bro. Right? Bro screenshot the fucking answer with the goddamn thingy. So that's not my fault, right? That's not my fault. Right? Wait, I don't really get what is the question, guys. Have chat gets... Wait, yo. Bro, what are you asking? I don't understand. Well, I don't get bro's question, bro. Oh, those are multiple. Oh, okay, I get it. Okay. So, like, chat has the option for A, B, or C. Oh, so chat choose A, B, or... okay, that sounds pretty fun. Okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. Yo, Poke, I get it. Okay, so... Do you want me to go to data bank now? Is that what you want me to do? Where would you like me to press from here? Okay, so this is what bro owns. Okay, but chat doesn't know your items essentially, right? Chat, so you want me to show chat your data bank for your characters and your icons, but don't show how many copies you have. And then have chat guess the end game clears for A, B, and C, right? Type 1 if I got it right. 1. Okay, thank you. Okay, so chat. This is what a Poke Samurai has. Frankly speaking, I do account reviews and I completely forget about my account reviews after I do them anyways. So I might as well just be as clueless as chat. Because I actually have no idea. I legitimately can't remember shit. So this is Poke Samurai's own characters. I think it's a little bit easier to just go by what he doesn't own, right? What he doesn't own. Okay, so he pulled Blade. And he pulls Irene. So he doesn't have, from version 1, almost all the roster. Skip Jiao Qiu, skip Fei Xiao, skip Yun Li, skip Ling Sha, skip Argenti. Okay, he barely even put any of the version 2 units, actually. Oh, but you pull a Firefly. Alright, so you pull a Firefly and Fuke, and I'm assuming Dahlia, right? Okay, so skip Herda, skip Trippy, skip Mighty, skip Anaxa, skip this, skip Mimo slot. Okay, so you definitely skipped Mimo slot, but you put Voice Irene. You also skipped the Vinon, and you skipped the Elation slot as well. You skipped Asheville, skipped the Guang. Okay, you skipped everything from Elation. So, do you guys need to run it back? Or do y'all remember? Okay, you have 10 seconds. 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that's basically what bro has, right? So now for his Lycons. Okay, the notable 5-star Lycons is S1 DHPT, S1 Dahlia, Free, S1 Saber, Aglaya, Babin, Firefly. Okay, definitely a Firefly main. A waste of space. Acheron, Free, and a couple of standards. So not a lot, right? Not a lot. And everything else just like 4 stars, so we don't really care. So with that being established, chat, let's start immediately. Right? Memory of Chaos with what he has right here. A, B, C. Pure Fiction, A, B, C. APOC, A, B, C. Anomaly Arbiter. Okay, just type it in 4 consecutive alphabets. So like A, B, 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 C, 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 C. Or A, B, A, B, C, B, A. Like type all 4 options right now. Based on your guess. Check if he has DDD. If he doesn't have DDD, I'll be extremely fucking shocked. Holy. He definitely has DDD. Okay, I don't see it because I'm a little bit blind, but he definitely has DDD. Where is DDD, bro? But there we go. Right, there we go. Right, very, very cool. Very, very. Okay, so essentially, I'm not really sure how you want me to like moderate this like chat response, but from what I'm seeing at a glance, is CAAB, BABC, BBC, BAAC, BBBB, BBBC, AACB, BBC. So like, I don't really know how the hell am I gonna manage this. I am just gonna review the account right now, and we'll see if anyone here get it right. Right? Because surely somebody here will get it right. Because the condition is, if chat gets everything close or right, it's 10 subs. Right? So as long as someone gets it right, it's 10 subs. Bro, there's no way we can pull this, bro. Because like, there's gonna be like 4 times 4, 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 permutations. So from all you guys said, we are just gonna shape it, bro. Do a poll. 4 poll. Do 4 polls. Oh my god, bro. Okay, mods, help me get MOC poll then. MOC is at B. I mean, I can't review one by one. I can't review by one by one. Okay, I'm gonna review MOC in 3, 2. Whoa! A 0 cycler. A 0 cycler with Saber Sunday Blade Spargo and the Sustainless Godfly. So unfortunately, chat is completely fucking wrong, right? Now onwards to the next question, which is going to be pure fiction. Okay, now that I shown y'all that, I think it is very, very straightforward to guess what the performance is gonna be, right? Because bro already 0 cycle, right? Okay, so I'm guessing majority of y'all are gonna be pressing B. Okay, it appears that majority of chat. Okay, it's like 42% A, 61% B. So majority is gonna be going for B. Okay, those people who press A, y'all are like a little bit silly because like how the fuck is this guy gonna not get a good pure fission performance when he's 0 cycled MOC? So I'm gonna pull up pure fission right now. Whoa! 80k points. Would ya look at that? With the power of Himeko, Nalia, Fugue Runmei, and Scylla with Sparkle, Bobbin, as well as DHPT. So that is gonna be pure fiction. Now moving on to APOC Shadows. A, B, and C, guys, right? A, B, and C. Which one? I legit feel at this point, the answer is super fucking clear, right? Like, if I was a guessing man, you're supposed to show all at once. Then how the fuck are y'all gonna guess? It's 4 polls, bro. It's 4. That's why I said, chat, answer your submissions all at once. But y'all didn't want that. Y'all wanted 4 polls. So what the hell am I gonna do, bro? All right? My favorite, I will see it tomorrow, my man. I will see it tomorrow because it is going to be a little bit of so 68% is going to be voting for C. So now I'm going to be going into C right now. And let's take a look at this. Whoa! Would you look at that? The answer is actually C. That is absolutely insane. So the answer is, in fact, going to be C. So with that being established, anomaly arbitration 12, 9, or 7, guys. Right? 12, 9, or 7. I wonder if the guy that did a 0 cycle, 80k, and 7600 points is able to get a 12, 9, or 7 star for anomaly arbitration. Let's see. What is the answer gonna be? What is it? He said he can't clear, but that was a picture of his attempts. Alright, it was a picture of some recorded failed attempts. So it's not he can't clear, it's some of the recorded attempts. So what is that going to be? We do have ourselves a 43%, 50% A, 44% B, 46% B. So it's looking to be half-half. Okay, more people are leaning towards 9 stars instead of 12, which means that y'all are suggesting he cannot 3-star Anomaly Kingdom. Alright, so chat is gonna be going for B. So let's take a look at what is bro's anomaly arbitration. Alright, let's take a look at what is bro's anomaly arbitration. And the answer is going to be. Whoa! And is zero cycle with fire slop sustainless. A zero cycle with fire slop sustainless. 2 cycle, 0 cycle, 1 cycle. Absolute cinema. Before we wrap this up for the guessing portion, let me just take a peek at this little thingamabob right here. Sarah of the Lake. It's 100% C, by the way. It's 100% C. That is really, really interesting in it, because that do be a little bit interesting. Okay, so with the little thingamabob done, let me just go into the next portion of the account review, which is gonna be right here, guys. Alright, this account review, it is not so much looking for a better... Holy shit, Poke Sarah, thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. Thank you. I think majority of chat actually kind of got it after MOC. Only people like Sarah had no faith in you, right? Which is gonna be a little bit unfortunate, but thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. As I was saying, it is for agreement on the decisions I made. Personally, I think if you're horizontally investing more than your vertical investing, you are slowly dooming your account. Example, barely going for dupes, going for new teams a lot. I think most vertical investments with a good level of horizontal investment is a good way to go. Do it smartly, don't be greedy and stupid. My investments are mainly for the teams and characters I enjoy playing on love. Unsure of pulling for E1 Blade due to fate, waiting for live stream and guides to see if I should skip him or not. Genuinely speaking, if anyone says anything, they're lying to you, because no one fucking knows what is gonna be the final version for Himeko, Gilgamesh, and Rin, right? So no one fucking knows. This anomaly arbitration is probably the only one I struggled with the most of how much, because of the minus 500 HP, right? Even though I beat it, the debuffs hurt. This AA countered every character that's on my account. It left a sour taste in my mouth with how much trouble it gave me due to the debuffs. I have to change many builds to beat it. One example being making Fuchs slower, replacing Eagle 171 speed with another set is 158 speed. Got me thinking into investing in a new team in the future, so this type of situation won't occur again. I highly doubt Mr. AA, a HSR, can 0 cycle on his first try or even 10 tries. DDD users, Sunday, HMC, Spargo, future investments, collabs takes priority over everything. Exceptional. DHPT E2, Cyrene E2 for Aglaia. Extra notes. Well, Blade, maybe fuck Akron, right? It's all good, right? So that is gonna be the notes for Mr. Bro. I legitimately can't really remember how Bro's account looked, but I'm guessing that has to be at the bare minimum quite a bit of them verticals, you know what I'm saying? Okay, classic. E2 is a pretty decent option here. I think that's chill. Okay, see, this is the issue I have with like FOB setup. Because if I were to stream like this, I can't see bro stats. And I have to like move on my way, which is like really fucking annoying. But that Blade's build is a no-go, man. That is a really no... Okay, that is a shit ton of speed. But the only thing I would change is honestly just giving this crit rate and lower the speed a little bit more, because Blade frankly does a lot of damage by itself, and you already have a lot of crit rate and crit damage rolls. This is fine, so you might as well just change this shit out to crit rate and then just bring this up like to like 70-ish%. It should be a lot better. Now, whether or not you should be pulling for E1 or even E2 Blade, how many pulls do you have again? Damn. That is a lot. Okay, wait. What are your units? Okay. Saber. Whoa. Okay, so I am guessing you are almost definitely going to be committing quite hard for the collab characters. I don't know the way I see it. Do you want to invest in both collab characters at the same time? Because I feel that if you are gonna be focusing on Saber, you might not need like both like Rin and Gilgamesh for vertical cost investments. Likewise, if you're just gonna be focusing on Archer, I feel you probably won't need both at the same time, right? On top of that, you have your selector, so you can either pick your E3 Archer or your free E0 Gilgamesh. I think you're probably gonna be ending up using on your E0 Gilgamesh. Not too sure what bro is gonna be doing. If you would ask me, I mean, you already have an E6 Saber, right? It just feels a little bit... feels bad if your E6 Saber is not gonna see play, if you kind of give up her halfway. So it would be quite nice if... I don't know how Gilgamesh is gonna be like, but I would want to see if that direction is gonna be undertaken by the brand new Fate collaboration series. So we'll just see how that is gonna be. For now, I personally feel if you're gonna be like committing a little bit more towards a collab, I don't even think this blade is gonna be that important. Alright, I think Izo Azure is gonna be perfectly serviceable, because worst case scenario, if you were to get an E2, it is gonna cost you a shit out push, which is a lot of money. Alright, so I would rather just keep this at E0 for now, and then just see how that will work out going forward in the future. And if Blade really holds a team in your collab units, then maybe you can invest a little bit more cost in the future going forward, right? There's no rush for it, because the Saber is really E6, right? So that is gonna be my 2 cents on whether you should be pulling additional Blade Idolants. Your Break DPS does have a very high amount of cost investments, right? Okay, what is your sustainers? Free EMC, right? Free HMC, sorry. Okay, that is really, really exceptional. Himeko. I'm not sure if you are going to be committing for Himeko Nova, but if you don't want to, I think that's also going to be completely fine. I feel that E2 Cyrene's priority here is going to be a little bit lower compared to your collab units, or even E2 Blade, for that matter of fact. Because if you're, unless you are just locked in for E2 Eglea and you only want to, because if you think about it, right, technically E2 Blade could also just wheelchair his way in to E2 Eglea. So you can run like a Eglea Blade Tribi Cyrene E2. Or like you can just drop Cyrene and can just run like E2 Blade Cyrene. Oh no, E2 Blade Tribi, DHPD and Eglea. It could work, because E2 Blade is just that much of a wheelchair. So it kind of depends on what you want to go for, because I feel that this Cyrene right now, the only big usage rate is probably Eglea, right? Because you skip for every other Enforced DPS. You could potentially consider a Sustainer Saber with a E2 Cyrene. That might be a viable option to go about it. But at that point, it's just basically like all the way up to like what we have in the future, so I wouldn't really want to think about that. Rame, you can kind of just chill. This is great. A red. And then this is going to be your E6, which is very, very good. Spargo is E2. I don't think you need to worry about this too much, because you are going to be combining this with Archer, so that's going to be very, very fine. This is chill. This is chill. This is chill. This is chill. This is probably going to just stick on with your Eglea team, so you can run this, because you mentioned you want to go for DHPT, right? So it can be Sunday, DHPT, Eglea, and Emblem. That could be viable there, because your joint attack will give Emblem a lot of stacks. So at M2, I feel this team might be giving you more damage than E2 Cyrene, just purely because of his wheelchair capabilities, right? So that's gonna be there for your Eglea team. Well, it's gonna be well. Oh, okay. I hope you lose your 50-50. And then Jingliu is Jingliu. Nobody cares about her anymore. And then there's gonna be that. There's gonna be that. So I personally, largely at this point, kinda agree with bro's thinking. Because if, wait, let's just say, right, if you were to pull for Himeko Nova, alright, if you were to pull for Himeko Nova, you need to make space for Himeko Nova. Alright, so just based off of anomaly arbitration, you have a E6 Saber, you have a, what, 11 or a 10 cost-ish Firefly, and you have a E2 Eglea. So out of all these units, if you commit for Himeko Nova, one of the E2 units here will have to go. And I think you're most likely going to be leaning towards benching Eglea, because Himeko Nova might yoink up like... I don't know, right? But Firefly team is not getting yoinked. And I think Saber team, you know, if Sunday is still going to be here, or if it's not going to be here, it'll be a little bit more questionable. So I personally wouldn't really open up another DPS if it means dismantling the current setup that you have right now. And instead, I would like to prioritize MrPokke's personal preference on collab units. Because Himeko Nova is not his priority anyways. He doesn't care about Himeko Nova. And if he doesn't care about Himeko Nova, then don't pull Himeko Nova. Alright, it's really just that simple. If you are somebody that loves playing collab characters, then fuck it, just pull for collab characters. You definitely do not need Elation, you do not need Himeko Nova, you don't need nothing else. So stick to the ideals of the collab unit. I think between Rin and Gilgamesh, I'm assuming you're going to be pulling for collab anyways. Assuming you invest both Rin and Gilgamesh, the more likelihood of this team going forward might be if Gilgamesh is the main DPS, he's going to be in Team 1. If Gilgamesh is not a main DPS, he might end up with Saber because he's definitely not going with Firefly. Alright? Then on the flip side, if Rin is going to be an Archer support, this is going to be Archer plus Rin. If Rin is going to be an average main DPS, then she is going to compete with your Archer. So I would say that if she competes with your E2 Archer, you might want to just pull like one copy for like collection purpose. But hopefully that doesn't happen, because if they were to be in the same team, then it'll be fantastic. That'll be fantastic. So that should be my personal pooling plan for someone that wants to focus on collab units purely based on horizontal, or rather vertical investments into the team that you like, and then a slight bit of horizontal investments. Because at this point, I think bro has like 4 teams, right? He has Break, he has Aglaia, he has Saber, and he has Archer. And I think that is really like way more than sufficient. You do not need Elation, you do not need Himeko Nova, and you do not need Remembrance. You do not need DOT. You do not need Final, right? You just don't need that many teams anyways for a 3-team, unless they announce like a 4-team endgame. Then maybe people can consider like a Himeko Nova from them, right? So with that being established, out of all these teams right here, I think you guys can also kind of see how if he just pulls for M-Blade, M-Blade's utility is a little bit more restrictive, because I can't slot in M-Blade with Break, right? At most, I slot in M-Blade potentially with Aglaia as like a wheelchair pick. But if we are going to be removing Aglaia and keeping into, for example, Archer, like Sparkle, because Sparkle is definitely a sustain, and then whether this is Rin or M-Blade is going to be seeing how Rin's skill is going to be. So that's why I don't want to overcommit for M-Blade before knowing what the collab characters are going to be offering to the teams that you are building with your E6 Saber as well as your E2 Archer, right? So yeah, this is not really so much of like your builds issue. I think your build is going to be completely fine. More so of like a general thought process for teams building as well as pooling opinions for someone that does not really believe in horizontal investment and you want to focus on them collab units. Also, I'ma just say it, the speed song is alright. Alright, so, okay, but then again, I don't really watch World Cup, so it is what it is. So that will pretty much be that for our very, very insightful account review. I mean, it is already as ranked, so there's not much to say because you really zeros up everything. So I'm just gonna say this right here. That is pretty much gonna be an exclamation review if you really, really, really need me to review your account, thoughts, pooling plans, builds, all that kind of stuff. If you do not need it, please do not approach exclamation review and join our Discord. So word of the day is gonna be collab. Join Twitch, join Discord. Use code POKKE for 10% off game. All the best for guys. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.